Did you know humans have always been fascinated by tall people, both in real life and in legendary stories? For example, many of us have heard about the height of the Maasai people in East Africa, who are known for their towering statures and iconic jumping dance. But if we zoom way back in time, like way back to the BC era, there are stories of actual giants mentioned in ancient texts. The most famous, of course, is Goliath from the Bible, defeated by the young David. But did you know Goliath had a giant brother named Lami? Check out this scripture. And there was war again with the Philistines, and Elhanan the son of Jair slew Lami the brother of Goliath the Gittite, whose spear staff was like a weaver's beam. And yet again there was war at Gath, where was a man of great stature, whose fingers and toes were 24, 6 on each hand, and 6 on each foot, and he also was the son of the giant. 1 Chronicles chapter 20 verse 5-6, KJV. It's easy to overlook that Lami existed because Goliath gets most of the spotlight, but the Bible clearly talks about multiple giants in those days, including one with 6 fingers on each hand and 6 toes on each foot. How's that for an interesting fun fact? Real life, giants. Today let's jump forward to modern times, because, let's face it, we can't hop into a time machine to see Goliath's crew. Today, the world's tallest living people might not reach mythical giant status, but they're still record-breaking. A few modern examples. 1. Robert Wadlow, 1918–1940, is still recognized by Guinness World Records as the tallest man in recorded history, standing at 8 feet 11 inches. 2. The Maasai people, primarily living in Kenya and Tanzania, are notably tall on average. 2. Their diet and genetics are a big factor. Many Maasai men measure around 6 feet or more. It's not that we have literal giants walking around nowadays, but some individuals do push human height boundaries. When you compare an average person, maybe around 5 feet 4 inches to 5 feet 9 inches, to someone over 7 feet tall, it does make you think about the stories of ancient giants. Like, if you were only 5 feet tall, a 7 feet 3 inches person would feel kind of giant, right? Where legends meet science in today's era of social media, we see viral videos of extremely tall basketball players or high jumpers clearing insane heights. Could you imagine how they'd stack up against people from centuries ago? While we don't have exact scientific proof of true biblical giants, in the sense of Goliath or Lami's description, we do know that variations in human genetics can lead to conditions like gigantism, often caused by an overactive pituitary gland. This leads some people to grow significantly taller than average. Fun fact. 1. Scientists say the genes influencing height are connected to over 700 genomic variants. 1. It's a super complex mix of DNA and environment that shapes how tall we grow. Height, health, and culture. Whether in ancient times or today, height has always been intriguing to us. 1. Cultural significance. For the Maasai, height is often associated with beauty, strength, and health. 1. This parallels biblical or historical references where imposing physical stature was often linked to power or heroism. 2. Genetic factors. Conditions like Marfan syndrome or acromegaly can lead to exceptional height in modern times. Though giant might be a stretch, these individuals can reach 7 feet or more. 3. Legends versus reality. Stories like David and Goliath show how tall figures can be mythologized into legends. 3. Today, we don't necessarily create epic tales around tall individuals, but we still celebrate them in sports, modeling, and world records. Why does this matter for us? If you're in the 18 to 21 age range, you might still be growing, literally. But beyond that, you're also in the phase of life where you're developing your unique perspective on history, culture, and the world around you. Understanding these ancient stories alongside modern facts can 1. Spark curiosity. You might wonder how ancient people described or perceived things they couldn't scientifically measure. 2. Highlight human diversity. We come in all shapes, sizes, and backgrounds. 2. Some differences seem extraordinary, like being 7 feet tall or having 6 fingers, but they're part of the human tapestry. 3. Encourage critical thinking. Legends and history mix in fascinating ways. 3. Learning to ask, what's the evidence? Or, how does this compare to modern science? Helps sharpen your worldview. Wrapping it up from biblical giants like Lami to real-life tall tribes like the Maasai, the human fascination with height runs deep. While we might not see spear-wielding warriors over 9 feet tall strolling our streets today, we do have some incredibly tall individuals and ongoing scientific research explaining why they're so tall. It's a reminder that even the oldest stories can spark our imaginations, pushing us to explore the blend of history, myth, and modern-day facts. Who knows, maybe you'll be the next record breaker, or at least the next person to dunk a basketball with ease. But whether you're 5 feet 1 inch or 7 feet 1, remember, it's not just your height that defines your impact, it's how you use it.